Effort,
Devotion.
dedication.
The want to get things done.
We aren't interested in any of this shit.
That's why this year, when you are being assaulted by 100,000 political commercials,
Those candidates aren't going to do what they say.
none of it.
Seriously, though. Fucking none of it.
Like less than none.
That's negative effort.
That's why you should write in my name.
Or my name.
Because we aren't going to do anything either.
Like, absolutely nothing.
The only difference is
We're going to be honest about it.
honest about it.
Like, seriously, we're going to do nothing.
No reason to lie.
It would take effort to lie.
And we're anti-effort.
So this November, vote for us.
Or don't, because we don't care.
That would take effort.
Paid for by the people who aren't going to do anything, but also aren't going to lie about it like some punk-ass bitches.
What's going on, Empire? The Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear. We were the stupidest, so you don't have to.
Yay!
We caught the end of those jazz hands, Patrick.
Political commentary.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're known
Okay,
for
man.
on this show.
That's right.
Cutting edge political hot takes. You
This
know.
just in. Them bitches. Oh, I said it. Come in.
Let's consult the
Soundbite.
delegation.
Soundbite.
Bitches!
I see you're dressed in the Sith collection today.
Yes.
Yes. I think it's good.
Let the stupid flow through you.
Yes, yes. Emperor Palpatine for Calvin Klein jeans. They're good.
They're good. They make you feel good. No, I'm wearing a super comfy hoodie, and sometimes you just wear a super comfy hoodie, and you're like, I'm just gonna wear it the whole time. I don't care.
Yeah. I bought a giant blanket. I'm a sucker for a fucking Facebook ad. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it one of those ones that's like it's 10 feet wide and 10 feet long?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I
How
love it.
heavy is it?
It's not that bad. I mean, it's like warm. It's like warm. Like, but it's something. It's like, because now that I like lost weight, I'm fucking cold sometimes. That's never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Never once have I ever been like, turn on the heat. You know, I've been like, no, I love this, and I won't give up. I still have the fan on in bed, you know, and stuff like that. I'm still, but there's days that I'm just like, just gonna move it over here.
I'll slide this blanket on real quick, and no one will notice.
I just put my foot in the way of the air.
Yeah, it's the
I
time
have the foot out.
Time of year where the feet is the one thing I have to keep in there under the covers.
All right.
I mean, everything else could be exposed, but my feet, they have to be covered because they just get, I don't know, they get cold, they get dry.
Yeah.
And just like, then they're just uncomfortable.
I've been waking up. I've been sliding down, so I have like one of those wedge pillows because it helps with like the CPAP thing. But I've been sliding down, so I find like my feet are like off the bed, and I'm like, did I grow?
Oh no.
The best beds and like I've ever stayed at, like in a hotel, there's two. There's the one in Tampa where when Preston and I do the festival in Tampa, it's just like the perfect like thing, but the perfect like firmness.
Mm-hmm.
But the other beds that are the best ever is at the Palms in Vegas, because the guy who owns, I'm pretty sure it might be Mark Cuban, but whoever it was, they made the beds to fit the tallest player on the team.
Smart move.
You know, and I was just like, you know, at 6'1", you know, sometimes hotel beds, like I'm right on the edge.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, I know I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
I up until we bought our new bed like 5 months ago, I haven't had a bed where my feet didn't hang off the edge since I
right?
was like a teenager, and I
We
just
were
didn't
also wearing
grow
the
into my
same
fucking.
shoes, so
Hey, I
since
got
you were
rid of
a
those
teen,
shoes.
good for you.
I
Way to
actually got rid of
grow
them
up.
years ago.
Way to
It's like
grow.
you don't know my life.
Um, just goes to show, like the thing about aging and the difference in the changes and stuff like that. Um, the things that I get excited about, like we just had a whole thing where like this bed is like super firm and it's like super tall and everything like that. The best thing happened today. I got where is it? I ordered this broom,
Oh,
and it's the best fucking thing
ladies and
in the
gentlemen,
history.
we've lost Patrick
I know
into the
to
ether.
yeah,
Next thing
here
you
it is.
know, he'll just be sitting on his porch going back in my day.
Back in my day, we didn't have brooms like this, but like, let's see,
Oh, it's a
is
great
it gonna
screen,
come? Is it
Patrick.
gonna go? There it is.
It okay.
So there's no bristles. So because we got the lab, the black lab, so the hair gets caught in the bristles. So it's just kind of like a squeegee kind of thing,
Okay.
but it works so goddamn well, and it works on Windows too. And I'm
Wow.
super excited because
It
my
sounds
like my
exciting.
hardwood floors are gonna be so clean.
That's amazing.
Shut the fuck up, you know. You fucking know.
Welcome to Broom Talk with Patrick.
That's right. Oh, and it sure enough. look at your
No,
look at your comments.
no, fresh out.
I
Fresh
just
out.
showed it to Katie, who does Katie, who runs a salon in Yorkville. I showed that to her. She's like, "Oh my god, I
We
fucking
got
need
a
it."
we have a little hand vacuum thing.
It's not the same.
It I know it's better.
It's not.
It lights up. It works faster. It's got different settings. Yours is just squeegee all the time.
But it's also a broom. It's broom.
It's a
Broom.
squeegee.
It's
It's
a
a floor
scroom.
squeegee.
It's a
It's a
scroom.
it's a fleegee. Dude, talk about bed
I'll
differential.
send you the link, Jenica. Don't worry about it.
The best bed I had stayed in for the longest time was at the Radisson Blue that's attached to the Mall of America in Minnesota. We stayed there. We got a king size bed, and it was like the first time in 2 decades that I
Forever.
could sleep with my feet on a bed. And I was like, "Oh, this is amazing! I want this bed all the time." And
Right.
we didn't get one. We didn't get a king size bed for the longest time. Now we have one, and I'm like, my own bed is my favorite bed of all time.
Right.
So
I'd
when
hope so.
we're
So
on
when you
vacation,
share with the love of your life, fucking dick.
I guess she can go on the
I
bed
know
too.
that Radisson.
The Sonesta Select. Have you ever heard of a Sonesta hotel? I promise you, it's not an allergy
Yes.
pill.
Yes. The one I went to a wedding and they had that.
Well, we had the
I'm high at
worst fucking
numbers.
time at there, and the fucking bed, the mattress. I swear to God, it was a brick. It was just a brick foundation with a top sheet over it. It was so firm and uncomfortable.
See, I
I
love that.
Oh,
I'd sleep on
dude,
concrete. I'd
listen,
sleep on concrete.
I don't I prefer a bit more of a firm mattress,
Yeah.
but I was like, if you just lean up against a wall and go, I could sleep here. That's what it is. It's just a fucking brick wall.
I'm here for it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
That's
here's the
why I
thing.
missed my sleep number bed. I was able to just turn that bitch up.
You got rid of it?
Oh yeah, I don't have it anymore.
Why?
I don't remember. I think it was like because after a while, like it loses, like because it's it's essentially it's a super expensive inflatable, that you can kind of move stuff and it moves and whatever. I think there was
Right.
some mechanism it wasn't working.
Because they got the ones
We
now
got
that
it
you
when we
could that
moved.
like
I think we just got new ones when we moved, but I was ready for a new one anyway.
yeah.
I do the one like I want the one that's like cooling though. That's cool. Like yeah, take that sleep number. You can have
we
that
got
for your head.
a Casper, and I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, the
Did
first
you
time.
go to the store? Or
So
did you just roll the dice like I did? I rolled the dice and Amazon that bitch.
listen, the first time I got one, yes, I went to the store. I went to like the little pop up shop store that's like in a mall, and I got the full size mattress, the one I had just before this. That was like my moving like housewarming
Right.
gift. Is my parents bought me a new mattress, and I was like, oh, best gift ever. And switching from a traditional box spring to that, the first night I was like, I hate this. This is scary. I don't like it. Change is crazy. I woke up
Yeah.
that next morning going, oh my God, what have I been doing this whole
Right.
time?
That's the thing. That first moment, you're just like, oh, like
I
even like a new comforter. I'm like, this is rough, and I don't like it. And then finally, like, okay, it's better.
Speaking of, when we bought our new bed, we bought all this new bedding and everything. We had to make sure that Jen liked it because it's our bed. We got to do all this stuff. And you know what? Now she sleeps on top of all that shit and still uses the $20 blanket she bought at Costco.
Mm.
Doesn't use any of the bed set, the sheets, the comforter. We spent
Are you
all this
using
money.
it?
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. What's the
I'm
matter?
just saying, like, what I would have picked something different.
She probably doesn't want to be next to your hot. No, it doesn't fucking matter what you want. She probably doesn't want to be under the blankets next to your hot ass fucking body.
That's why I fart so much around the house.
That's right.
That's what you get. That's what
It's
you
fucking
get.
decorative. Does she like have all the extra pillows that you never use?
No, we don't
Good.
do a ton of pillows on the bed.
Good. I don't do that shit either. I don't want it.
I used to
I'll
have
never
like
do it.
I don't do decorative pillows. I used to have a lot of pillows on the bed, but I would actually use them. I would make like a bed fort around my head. Like I have one under my head, one behind me, and like two in front of me, and I could just like kind of hold and like do a
Yeah.
whole thing. I basically put myself into a comfortable position and wedge pillows all around and go, here's my sleep cocoon. But decorative pillows, fuck that.
You got to de-equip your bed. Like I went to this one girl's place, and she's like, "Hold on 1 second," and she goes and she takes at least six pillows off the thing, and I'm just like, I would just do a sweeping motion. And she's like, "Well, I stack them in the order, and then I put them back the next day." And I'm like, and I didn't want to make the joke, like, for what? Like the other dudes that come over, you're like in the middle of the night, you want to be like, look, organized.
I just want someone to come in.
Reset it for whoever.
I just want my Tinder date's wife to show up to my house and go, girl, he's married, but I love the bed set.
But
that's all I want.
But respect on the decorative bed set.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you get those?
I'd commit adultery on that bed.
I know my husband did.
It's the most jovial woman to ever find out that her husband's cheating ever.
I just love throw pillows so much. The happy life that I built is crumbling around me, but girl,
throw pillows.
Look at the tassels on that one.
Is that broom a squeegee?
That is fine. Unfortunately, all the dog hair is gone, so you can put the pillows on the floor.
Right.
I mean, shit. We have pillows that are on the couch in the chair downstairs. They're like, oh, they look cool, but like I just use the fuck out of them. But now you get the baby pulling them off the couch and just laying on them on the floor. Like, so now I got floor pillows. Right. No pillows for my chair.
Oh, Matthew's up. Hey, Matthew.
Oh, Matthew. Good morning.
Or as you say, what was that? Oh, Matthew.
Oh, Matthew.
That's an Australian accent if I've ever heard one.
Right, oh, right.
Or as you guys say, good morning. No, they don't say
or as you guys say, oh, bing bong. Wait, that's my English accent. Sorry.
This poor guy just woke up.
He's like, what the fuck is going on? I have to go to work in half an hour.
It's 4:15, man. I mean, we've been up all day.
Some of us. Some of us woke up a half an hour ago because they were taking a nice nap.
I was gonna say you didn't need to yell. She's watching.
No, I know.
But
it's more for the gesture and everything.
Oh, okay.
God, Patrick, it's called space work.
That's right.
Visual bits.
That's something I've never been called before. At least we're the top.
Bitch.
No, good.
Oh.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. You bottom cunt? I don't know.
Bottom cunt. No, you don't want to be a bottom cunt.
No. Why? I don't understand, Patrick. Why? Someone's got to be the bottom.
Oh, it's
or is it going to be two sides? and just rub together, like keeping your hands warm. I don't understand
Good.
scissoring, Patrick.
Cut friction.
Oh, speaking of friction,
Oh wow.
these dangum iPhone 14s.
We're getting better. This is about 5 minutes less than last week's when we were about 22 minutes in before we started the show.
Hey, listen, sometimes we fuck around, sometimes we get right into it.
Tip
Whatever.
cunts, not total cunts. Okay, cool. I think you meant top, but that's okay. Okay, we won't be.
I mean, you would be a total cunt if you aren't a tipping cunt.
Right. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't.
Cunt
So
and
the
tip.
iPhone 14 has this fantastic feature where if it's a text that you're in a car accident, it'll alert the authorities so that we can be, hey, the owner of this phone got in an accident. They're at this location. You better go help them.
Fucking snitch.
I know, right?
What if I was drunk and planning on abandoning my car?
That would make you a bottom cunt.
Mm.
And we've
I
already
called
learned.
a cop once. There was like outside of Seattle, like that one area, like if you leave to go towards the mall and then you turn towards like 59.
Yeah.
It's like that side street, that goes in front of like the Plato's Closet and stuff.
Yeah.
Right up on the median and hit the pole. There was a car, and I got out and I looked. I was like, "Is anybody in there?" And there was nobody in there. And I was like,
"It was a ghost."
It was a ghost the whole time. No, I called the cops. I'm like,
you guys have Scooby Doo over here.
If you need Scooby Doo, somebody, Columbo, I don't know. So here's your problem. Someone got fucking drunk. But I was like, and it was like they were going down like the wrong way or something. I don't even know. But and then I remember somebody told me, I told somebody about the thing I had found. And they were like, "Oh, you called the cops? Well, that was shitty of you." I'm like, someone was gonna find it.
Yeah. No one was in the car. I just
No one was in
wanted
the
it
car.
gone.
I mean, those people are gonna find. I mean, they were gonna be found.
Right. Man. Do you have a dash cam?
No, I need one though.
Yeah, you do.
I really do.
I'll send you the link to the one I have. It's a front and back dash cam.
Yeah, I saw that when we were in the car. I saw that and I was like, God, I fucking need that. Like, if something happened, like someone
Honestly,
cut me off.
You definitely need one just for your, like, everyone listening. You should all have a dash cam in your car because
someone cut me off and then hit the brakes, and I was just like, and then I thought to myself, I mean, I still probably would have been responsible, but at the very least, I would have had video of this person fucking not signaling, cutting over, and then hitting the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because both car accidents that I've been in, well, both like the big ones that I've been in have not been my fault at all.
Right.
But because I didn't have a dash cam, I couldn't prove it.
Right.
So the guy that ran a red light when I was trying to turn through an intersection, it was 50-50 fault for some reason.
Right.
And then thankfully the one where I was
the T-bone, right?
Yeah. And then when I got rear-ended on the highway, thankfully, it was pretty obvious what happened. The kid just admitted it, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened." They were driving, and then they just stopped. It's like, well, traffic.
That might happen.
Yeah, we're going 80, and then we weren't.
Yeah, my bad accident that I was in, literally the guy like threaded the needle between me and the other person and just fucking whacked me, but because I was behind, they ended up saying it was my fault. But luckily the person who got hit by that person, she was like, no, I saw the whole fucking thing. So it was like reduced or something or I think they went 50-50 on it.
Yeah.
And then she got her shit paid for. But luckily she was like, no, I fucking saw that. Like this guy came out of nowhere. And I remember too, because that dude was ready to go. Like he's like, okay, so if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go and everything and it was like, because he was wearing golf, the dude was probably hammered. He was golfing, so he's probably hammered.
The one accident that there's two times I wish I would have had a dash cam. One time was this girl, she was probably like 18, 19 years old, driving crazy on the highway. Like I'm going 80. She's probably going 95, 100 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic. And I'm just like, God damn, that girl is going to cause an accident. Sure enough, like 15 miles up the road. I see a semi pulled off to the side of the road. I see her car, and it's fucked up. And
Yeah.
then like 200 feet later, I see her engine.
Wow.
Like she hit something so hard that part of her car launched. Not
It's
even a
like
small
losing
part.
your
The
it's like
fucking
losing your
engine.
shoes. Like you get hit and you lose
Yeah.
your shoes.
And like when I was driving past it, I saw some woman was like reaching in the driver's side window to like hold her head in place
Yeah.
because it was bad.
Yeah.
So like
Wow.
but that I'm glad I didn't have to see that one.
Right.
Where am
Yeah,
I?
you're
There I am. But the other one
I
was I was I was on this one road that it was for a long time. There's nowhere to turn off of it. We're just at a stoplight. Like it's nothing crazy. There's
Mhm.
just a woman that's not paying attention. She's driving like a little SUV. She's just coming up, coming up, coming up. And all of a sudden, you just see in the like I'm looking up in my rearview mirror and I just see she fucking she was coming right up to someone, wasn't paying attention that they stopped, churned off to the side a little bit, but hit the curb right there and completely flipped upside down exactly onto the roof of her car. Like
Jesus.
it was such an overcorrection, an overreaction, and I'm glad I got to see it, but I wish I had a recording of that
Glad I
because
was there for it.
I know, like once in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh, yeah, no, I need one. I need one of those. That's the other
You
thing
need
that's
to
next
flip your
though.
car?
Yeah, I need to flip my car. That's the other thing that's next though with this I-911 thing. It'll be like, by the way, this person was in an accident and they just came from a bar.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's like that thing
it's
in
not quite that accurate yet because the problem with this
oh it's
feature is that the iPhone is the 14 as well as the newer Apple Watches, they are sending out communications to say that the owner of the phone was in a car accident. The problem is they weren't in a car accident, they were just riding a roller coaster. This has been happening at least one call center in Ohio, at least one call center has gotten 6 crash detection calls from people on rides at a nearby park.
Oh, it's probably that one what's the one Cedar is it Cedar Point?
Uh, it doesn't say which one it
Yeah. Well,
was.
that's the big one in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there have been alerts that the Joker roller coaster at Six Flags has done it too. So we've had it locally as well.
Well, that thing jerks you like it makes you feel like that thing jerks you around. Like
Oh,
it's crazy.
definitely,
It's
definitely.
crazy.
And like the problem is, it's like they try to do it so like there's no false alarms with it, but it gives you a 20-second countdown where an alarm's going off. The problem is the phone's in your pocket. You're strapped into a ride. If after the first
You
drop
have
and
no idea.
twist, it's like, oh, car accident. Just you gotta turn this off for 20 seconds. Like this is gonna go off. I can't get to my phone, let alone
Right.
turn off an alarm. So we're about to get a whole bunch of
Almost
police
the
up in
aspect
here.
to turn your phone off before you go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, now they're saying it's like, oh, it's if you put it into airplane mode, it'll be fine. How about if I put it into roller coaster mode?
Right? There you go.
I want airplane mode, I want roller coaster mode, and I want, I don't know, power wheel mode.
There you
Because
go.
like maybe I'm drunk in the afternoon at a family party and I crash a
Ride the
power wheel.
Bigfoot. Ride a
It's
Barta
a,
Jeep.
maybe it's a car
There you
accident,
go.
but I just crashed this little thing into the pool. Okay, so my nephew's crying now.
It's a
I,
DUI.
but I don't need medical assistance.
It's still a DUI.
I'm not invited for Thanksgiving now.
Four wheels is four wheels. I'm sorry,
Oh,
sir.
okay. What if I'm riding a bicycle and I'm holding another bicycle on my back?
Four wheels is four wheels.
Oh, okay. We'll just make up any kind of arbitrary. What if I'm riding my unicycle while holding on to that motorcycle bike that you bought?
Dude, I don't know what to tell you. You're under arrest. Four wheels is four
God
wheels.
damn it! Okay, I'm skiing, but I have a Hot Wheels car in my pocket.
Four wheels is four wheels.
So many rules. It's just you walk around in public, and officer's like, "Hey, you're getting a ticket for drunk in public. Show me what's in your pocket." You put a Hot Wheels. That's a DUI. Sorry, man. Four wheels is
Ronnie's
four
calling
wheels.
me.
Who is?
Ronnie. It's not
But
Preston. It's Ronnie.
damn it, because I have the Preston calls in.
Oh, say what's up. Oh, I missed it.
Oh.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
I'll just tell him. I know what he's calling about. So
What's he calling about?
we're gonna move our overhead mics into the other room, and we're
It's
supposed to do that
crazy,
tonight.
man. That's so crazy shit. You know what else is crazy?
What?
A bear scandal. This is not about me. Now, the scandal is about fat bears, but again, this is not about me.
Tell me again about you then.
So here's the thing. Bears get fat.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So in Alaska, in the
I'll say
Katmai
in the
National
woods.
Park, they do a little contest every year to vote for the fattest bear. It's not just like
That's rude.
you
That's
know.
fucking rude.
Well, listen, man. It's important to their
Body
survivor.
shaming a species.
They're not body shaming. They're celebrating its ability to last throughout the winter.
Seems
Saying,
like they're
look at
putting
you
them on
foraging like a
blast.
motherfucker.
Putting them on blast.
No, I mean it's a community vote. Just everyone gets around and goes, "Who's the
Yeah,
fattest?" And they go,
that one.
"Tiffany." You're like,
That's a fat fucking bear right there.
This PTA is really mean,
right?
No, so they have this thing where they take pictures of the bears in the summer, and then right at the time of the competition, and it's not just who's the fattest right now. It's show your progress. When did you become a fat piece of shit?
How do you know they're not slipping ice cream to them in the middle of the winter?
I mean, honestly,
like, I got $20 on you, Tiffany. You better eat this shit.
You better. It's. I got you the Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Now you said you weren't going to maul me if I brought you the Ben and Jerry's.
Oh my god, I love cookie dough.
Oh man, yeah. The
one of the bartenders from Pids is bringing me edible cookie dough today,
as opposed to inedible cookie dough.
Well, it's the one like you don't have to worry about like salmonella, and I'm like, I never fucking worry about that shit.
Yeah, if I go out on cookie dough, that's how I want people to know.
That's the way I'm going. That's the way I'm going.
He died how he lived. Raw dogging. So there was it's a voting scandal because there was an awful lot of suspicious votes cast.
Right.
Now, luckily, the national park was able to figure out where all these spam votes were coming from, and they negated the votes. So they try to have a previous winner,
okay,
take down another previous winner, but this 2019's winner got all these false votes to try to take down 2020's winner, and 2020's winner said, "Nuh-uh, I'm the fattest motherfucker this year." Apparently, it goes back and forth. Like it's a whole thing. We got all these fat bears. Like back in 2014, we had Otis, bear number 480. Look at him, just being all fat in the water. 2015, we got Bead Nose. Look at that. That plump son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
2016, Otis takes it back.
Uh-huh.
Gets back-to-back wins, 2016, 2017.
Yeah, Otis is...
They started this in 2014. Otis was just 3 out of 4 years is just a champion. Here comes Bead Nose coming back.
Oh, my God.
I know, right? And then a new challenger arrives. Here comes Holly. This fat bitch coming in, raking in the victory. Going against my man, 747.
Yeah, talk about COVID weight. Look at that fucking thing.
They never even named him. He's just 747 like a goddamn airplane.
I think that's the name.
No, because they number all the bears.
Oh.
And then they name them. And just, fuck it. 747. It fits him. And then Otis comes back. 2021 to reclaim his crown. It had been since 2017. 4 years. He came back, Patrick.
When asked for comment, Otis said, "Roar."
Hey, you can't say that.
That's our roar.
Did he use the hard roar? So Holly and 747 were going against each other in the semifinals. All these these false votes were put in to figure it out. No, you can't take down 747 that way. 747 advanced, and he got to the finals. And motherfucker, he won. He won this year's competition. 747 brought it.
747.
He won 2 years ago. Last year, Otis came back. He's like, "Son of a bitch, you old motherfucker! I'm gonna get you." And this year, got him.
Got him.
There's nothing
but
you can
the
do
fact
about
that
it.
Otis is still like kicking and being like, yeah, I'm still competing.
So I could still eat more salmon than all y'all's. All y'all.
All you rars.
You can't say that, Patrick.
Sorry. That's our rar. Go ahead.
You're a rarist. Speaking of things you can't do, have you seen Hocus Pocus 2 yet?
I'm not. I'm doing Hocus Pocus trivia today, though.
Oh, what's a good thing you don't know what you're talking about?
No, we're not doing 2. It's 1.
You're doing Hocus Pocus trivia after Hocus Pocus 2 comes out, and you're not even acknowledging it?
No.
God, you're just terrible. You are terrible.
I'm a purist. What can I say?
Wow. First the rar thing, and now you're a Pocus purist.
Stop.
You're a PP, which is Patrick the PP over here.
That's right.
The Pocus purist.
You know, my female fans are.
You going out? You're going after the HP.
We call them the PP touchers.
You down with HPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me. Anyway, so what about Hocus Pocus?
Jamie Gooch doesn't like it.
What the fuck's that? Isn't that the guy who used to beat up Arnold on the Different Strokes?
Well, that's a girl who is a mother of
no one
three
knew.
living in
No one
Troy,
knew what the
Texas.
Gooch was.
Huh?
No one knew what the Gooch was. Like
That's
you never saw the Gooch.
It's the part between the hanging.
Yeah, I know, but which goes to show that's such an interesting thing. Like this was like the '80s when it was okay to have like it was like '80s like to have like people named Boner on your fucking TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kevin Arnold's older brother, used to call him Scroat.
And now in like iCarly, like, hey, this is my friend. Tiny nipples. And you're watching what's another good show? You're watching the Grey's Anatomy, and like, hey,
Grey's Anatomy.
This is my dad, Smelly Dick. That's what we call him, you know. He's like, my name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff. No, we're trying to get the '80s crowds in here.
Yeah, we want boomers back.
It's Dr. Smelly Dick.
You're a podiatrist.
It's still Doctor.
Jamie Gooch, mother of 3, living in Troy, Texas.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, she's championing against Hocus Pocus 2.
I love these moms with nothing to fucking do. We've got one in Yorkville that's fighting against the drag shows.
How fortunate.
Notes on doors.
How fortunate are you that your biggest concern is people watching Hocus Pocus 2?
Right?
That's your biggest worry right now.
Is this the part? Like I think I skimmed it, and then I kind of was like, nope, that might be on the show. Like it's always so hard to watch to like read, or I'm reading like something on CNN. Is this the one that says like they're trying to teach you like witchcraft through your TV or something?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh.
Well, like the witchcraft is coming through the TV. You're teaching people about sacrifices and harvesting children, you know.
Yeah, it was something. I mean, going over the trivia and stuff like that, like there was some stuff in that movie. I was like, God damn! Like,
yeah,
Disney.
Well, yeah, because the first movie was just kind of like it was like a movie. It's just a movie, and it's like it had these elements to it, so it worked really well. The sequel, it's a Disney straight to Disney Plus release. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
well, I think a lot of it's just like, I mean, it's coming up for nostalgia, and they've been doing that with a lot of those movies. Like the new Matrix was like that too. It was like, remember we made a movie called The
I still
Matrix.
haven't seen that.
It's you remember it? Like there's parts of
Yeah.
it. Like, do you remember when we made that movie? Like the Wachowskis are like, hey, remember when we were making a movie? And you guys really like that movie? Hold on. You guys really liked it? That we're gonna talk about it. That's it.
Yeah, it was okay for what it was. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "That the movie sucked." It's like, listen, it was never gonna be as great. Like they wanted to
No,
do a modern little thing with it. It was fine for what it was. I don't need to
yeah,
watch it again. It doesn't take away from the first one.
no.
It's whatever. But a worst case scenario is you unleash hell on your kids and in your home. The whole movie is based on witches harvesting children for blood sacrifices. You
Yeah,
know, everybody thinks it's fake and innocent, but the characters in the film could be casting any type of spell that they want to.
I want to
They're
go. What you know? What it was. We shouldn't judge them for what happened during their time. During their
mm-hmm,
time, it was okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That is like a legitimate like GOP talking point. But yet they're upset about witches.
This lady doesn't say anything about that, Patrick. She's just
Well, I'm
upset
just
about
saying.
the witchcraft.
But I'm saying one might say to
Anything could
them
be coming through that TV screen into your home.
anything.
So you be careful when you're watching
Now,
the Food Network. Mac and cheese might come through your TV.
dude, if that happened, Jesus,
I know. It.
so great.
I think we talked about it before.
The
There was
brisket
like some
alone.
technology where it was like a 3D printer of food.
Oh, yeah.
If there was a way that you could be watching something on TV like the Food Network,
Be like, I want that.
and you could just be like, I want that dish, and then you just go ding, and then you just have that dish. Oh my god!
Well, that alone, I mean, I don't. Do you ever? Have you ever watched? I mean, I know you don't get to watch a lot of stuff, but that's not like the fucking kid stuff. But have you ever seen the Orville? Seth
No,
MacFarlane's like essentially Seth MacFarlane Star Trek.
no interest.
It well, what they talk about in that aspect is one of the things that changed the world at the time of like from us now to the utopia that they are is the ability to they were essentially the ability to make food out of these replicator things and everything like that. So the food is still it's got nutritional value and you can make whatever you want. So that and the whole aspect changed the world of no longer needing to work to survive, but needing to work to supply an aspect like to participate in life. Like
Mm-hmm.
you do the job that you really want to do for society, but not to live. Like you go to the bar, you would not continue to go work at that bar if you had an ability to make whatever food you wanted or and not have to pay for your house.
Yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah. If I
That's the
didn't have to
point.
pay for things, oh my god.
Well, that's the thing. Is the minute they were able to do that, the minute it was able to synthesize and do that, it started to change the world for the better.
I'd be doing podcasts like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
We'd be doing this one. We'd be doing another one that we've talked about doing forever,
Right.
but just don't have the time to do.
Right.
And I'm
But
sure
I'm
I'd
just saying,
find some other thing to do.
the minute that 3D food printer happens and everybody can get one, the problem is they'll probably sell it at first and everything like that, and then it'll still be an aspect of food disparity. But nonetheless, and they talk about that too. I'm telling you, it's a really good show and it's really interesting in the aspect of what somebody who came up with fucking Family Guy, and his whole like thing, like it's really interesting. But that's the minute that everybody can eat and be healthy, like the world would be completely changed. And you wouldn't have a have and have not. And really it comes down to the haves just like having more than others. So
Well,
it's very interesting.
something else that you can have in your perfect society is a floating home. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just a boat? No, Patrick, because this home doesn't move. It's just a floating pod that could cost like $1.5 million. Totally achievable for everyone.
Have you seen there's a building that's I think it's a building in San Francisco that's going to have like it's going to appear to have like one clear floor to make it look like that it's floating, like the top of it's floating. It's
Cool.
Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers is like, he's like, yeah, he's like the other thing that he's like, so it'll appear that it's floating. The other thing that'll appear, a lot of dead birds.
You get a lot of Seth-based news, don't you?
I do.
Seth Meyers, Seth MacFarlane.
There you go.
Seth Green is your financial advisor.
Oh,
So the home dubbed the Sea Pod is a home designed to be self-sustaining, eco-restorative, and you could just live on the sea. The company Ocean Builders explains that it features 3.5 floors and more than 300 square feet of living space, all housed 7.5 feet above the water. Price starts around 300,000, but it can go up to 1.5 million. And they do all this stuff to try to make it be buoyant so that it stays up and whatever. The problem is in the unveiling ceremony, when they're like, hey, look at our floating home that you could totally live in and not worry about.
right.
Wouldn't you know it, Patrick?
Wow.
It dumped over.
I was gonna say, what happens when
When the
what happens?
smallest thing goes wrong,
Right.
yeah, the house sinks. The thing that they're doing to try to help the environment, like, how about we just throw a giant house into the water, let it sink down, see what happens.
This is what I was
Oh,
talking about.
oh, neat.
But so many confused birds. Like, what happened, Earl? I don't know. It was. I thought I could go through. I thought I could go through.
I don't know, it was coming right towards me. So the ugh, that'd be terrible. So fuck that home.
Right.
But also, if you're gonna spend money on something stupid, make sure you're not doing it as a joke.
Okay.
We got one of our favorite subjects, a TikToker, doing something dumb.
Oh,
Uh,
is this that asshole that made like a garbage can skeleton? And
no,
made
that guy's
sure that
awesome.
everybody could see it like a fucking TikToker.
No, that video was awesome, made by possibly the coolest person ever.
The second viewing of that, I realized it was you. Like for a second, I thought it was something you posted. They were like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." I tried it, but then I realized it was you, and I was like, "All right."
Yeah, you could tell because my name was all over it.
I didn't look at it.
I
Like,
had
stupid.
someone that was
So much free time.
someone that worked
No, it's
at the
actually pretty
bar.
cool. I kind of want to make one.
She's like, I didn't know it was you. It came up on my For You page naturally, and I got through
Right.
half of it, and I just kept on scrolling. And then I saw you posted on your Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, I know who made that. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, thanks for the support."
Right. No, but it looks super cool.
It was a lot of fun to make. Uh,
It's
let's
super
see.
dark though when you the one part like it's hard to see the skeleton. Like I'd almost wondered if like a brushing of like glow green or something like that or glow white might have helped the skeleton
You
pop a
are
little bit more.
welcome to do
I saw this
something.
idea on
Your
TikTok and I thought,
your
man,
own
I
damn
have to
self.
make this, but I want to make it in a
Let me
trash
get
can.
mute
What
that.
are you trying to show us?
So there we go.
No, I'm thinking about trying it, but obviously it's getting late in the season to.
Well, I mean, it could just take like a day and a half to make.
Oh really? That's all?
Yeah, because basically you spray the foam down, let it cure for a day, and then you paint it, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't get this all done in one day is because I had to let the foam dry completely, so I could cut it. Because I did it so it fit in a trash can,
Right.
and or like, so it looked like a trash can fire. So, but I mean, you could do any shape you want. You could do like a fucking trough or a coffin or like
That was
whatever.
right when I figured out it was you was that little extra you did over like the arms and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, look at that nitpicky shit. That's him.
You shut up.
So yeah, so the globe, this like yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing like I just wish I could see the skeleton a little bit more in the
Well,
dark.
the
That's
problem
about it.
with it
But
is
it's
that
super cool.
I did it in the garage, so it's completely
Right.
pitch black.
Right.
So when you're outside, you'll be able to see it.
You'll be able to see a little.
There's the only way for me to show off the lights of it
Right.
at the time was just in the garage with the lights
Yeah,
off.
it is neat. But yeah, I was for a second, I was like, oh, there's him.
Yeah, I got an idea for one for the winter too. So I'm gonna be making a second one of those, but a little different. Patrick, are you there? Okay,
I'm
you
here.
froze. You got real frozen and sideways. Anyway, a dumb TikToker named Quinlan Blackwell,
Okay.
21-year-old. You know, her idea of a joke, Patrick, is she put in her credit card information on this website, like, oh my god, wouldn't it be funny if I bid $100,000 on a couch, and then she got charged $100,000 for a couch.
Right.
So her thing is, I accidentally bought this couch and now I can't
That's how
get a refund.
commerce works.
Don't you, Patrick? It's a joke though, Patrick. Like, what?
Oh, don't you get it?
You know, when you're at the grocery store and
You know
like
what's amazing is that she's got a credit card that could charge $100,000.
I know. The fuck card is this? And how good is your credit? You're 21 years old.
Right?
Ugh. I mean, she probably got a lot of it just from the fact that she's got 7.9 million followers on TikTok. Like, she's got a big social media reach. So she's probably been making, we'll say, decent money on there. And there's probably companies going,
but
sure, you can use our credit
Jesus.
card. Yeah. They won't give me a refund on the couch. And it's saying now she has to start at OnlyFans. Like, she doesn't want to, but now she has to just so she can afford to pay for
No, I
that.
guess I gotta go be naked on stream.
Look at my butthole to pay for my couch. My butthole couch. What's the most expensive you'd pay for a couch, and what features does it need to have? Like a realistic couch. They can't be like have space lasers. But like there's couches that have like coolers built into them, charging ports. Like, you can make them
I wouldn't
pretty
mind
stacked
that.
out.
I want one of those like long like chaise lounge couches. You know, that are like the thing might as well be a bed, but it's a couch.
Mm-hmm.
I love those. If I had room in my office, I'd have something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't have the room. But you know, I've got that ottoman thing and everything, so it kind of doubles as that. But literally, like, if you had two ottomans in front of the thing, that's what the couch would be.
Yeah, if I had like one of those the wraparound couches and one side of it just was that super long thing, so it's like there is a bed on the end of my couch,
right?
But also, like, I loved about the sectional that my brother had, but the problem was at the end of each section, like in the couch, there was like some kind of a crossbar, so you couldn't just lay across the couch without it being like digging into your chest. So you used to have to like throw a pill or a blanket on each like section, just so I could lay down on the couch comfortably. There we go.
Comfortably. You had a stroke, yeah, right?
I went bare brain for a second.
All right.
Other dumb people. If you're not going to spend money on a couch, might as well spend it on an astronaut. You know?
Yeah.
There's
Buzz Aldrin's for sale.
I think he's just for lease.
No.
A 65-year-old Japanese woman met a man on Instagram who claimed to be a Russian astronaut working on the International Space Station. Classic scam, see it all the time. The two met in June and continued messaging for months. And the astronaut told the woman that he loved her. He proposed to her. He's like, listen, as soon as I get back down to Earth, girl, we're going to get married. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. So here's the problem. Here's the problem, Patrick.
What?
He was on the ISS, couldn't get back down. He needed her to send him money for landing fees and rocket expenses.
Hello, my name is Sergey. You may not know me, but I am astronaut in ISS. Unfortunately, I left my wallet back at home.
Oh.
For only $10,000 landing fees. Am I right? I will send you back 15 when I land.
You don't understand. Wallet right on the launch pad.
It's right there.
Very
Now,
embarrassing.
if you have problem, if you worry, ask my brother, Nigerian Prince, if I am legit, and he will tell you for only $5,000. Yes.
Hello. I heard you met me brother, Sergey. I'm a Nigerian prince.
Oi!
Oi!
Nigeria's hot
Give
this
me
time
money,
of
you
year.
cunt!
Nigeria's hot this time of year. You know what's hot?
Oh, burning my hands it is.
You know what's hot? Landing fees.
The only way to protect ourselves is with
Can you
landing
imagine?
fees and rocket expenses.
NASA, this is Victory. We're about ready to land. Okay, Victory, just go ahead and swipe that credit card. We're a little bit low on oxygen right now. Yeah, but you're not low on money, are you?
Mm-hmm.
You can't land unless you decide to swipe that.
Mm-hmm. I see your Instagram feed.
Can I talk to a supervisor?
Yeah, okay. This is NASA supervisor. What's up?
So they're charging us to land.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that
It was
before
in
we left. It was in the what?
the email.
I'm on a rocket ship. I don't really get email.
Okay, well, that's not my fault.
I wonder if it
Everyone
went
got
to
the
my-
email.
I wonder if it went to my spam filter. Let me take a look. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Landing fees.
Yeah.
You
And
can't land.
it's past the 1 week notice for you to raise any concerns. So you
no.
wholeheartedly agree to all the policies in there.
All right, can we use a couple of cards to put this together? Because
Yes, but there will be an 18% gratuity.
well, then I'm not giving you back your rocket ship then.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck flying it anywhere with no gas.
I think they've got us. Can we get what do you got? Discover? Do you take Discover?
No, we don't take Discover. That's a little on the nose, don't you think? So yeah, she sent him 5 payments between August and September, totaling $30,000. And then he's like, you know what? Send me some more money. She's like, wait a second. The first 5 payments should have been enough for space fees. The 6th one, that's when it gets suspicious. And then she reported him to the police.
Yeah, you think? I guess Aladar, who works for Target now, I guess she had to stop some old woman from purchasing like $5,000 in gift cards because somebody was, threatening to send the police to her house.
Hey, when that happens.
God, these people.
So I hate when it happens.
What?
When my video game movies don't have accurate butts.
It's the worst.
I know. So the Super Mario Brothers movie came out, or the trailer and the poster and all that stuff came out for it, and people are pissed. I know there are people pissed about Chris Pratt's voice acting. He's just like, "Hey, guess what? I'm Mario." It's like, no, you're fucking not. You are Chris Pratt.
It's me, Mario.
Hey guys, it's me, Mario. I am Italian and a plumber.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. Did you see the trailer?
I did.
I loved the fucking cinematic, the penguins coming out, ready to fucking kick ass, and then they cut to like the 4 snowballs. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot to the movie that makes it seem like it's gonna be a fun time. But this, Patrick, once we talk about this, you're not gonna want to see it. It's akin to the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer debacle of whatever year that was. When the original pictures of Sonic the Hedgehog came out and it looked like a bad taxidermy.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then everyone's like, you better fucking not. And then
they fixed it.
Then they went back and fixed it. And then everything was great. The movie was a lot of fun. They made a sequel. They're making a 3rd one. Like, we did it, team, right?
Yeah.
So now everyone is trying to get Mario's character fixed because they noticed a design flaw with the character.
Change his ass. Change his ass.
Yes, that's literally what it is. You can see the video game version. He's got that badunkadunk, and in the movie version, he's got the frog standing up on his hind legs version. There's no but. How can you expect me to believe that this motherfucker can double jump when he's got no glutes?
That's true.
I don't believe it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
You know what? It takes the realism out of the movie. And
If anything, I'll tell you what's fucking terrifying about that. Toad with teeth. That's terrifying.
It's like a vagina with teeth. You're like, wow, why is that?
Right.
Thing?
No, it's something, man.
Mushroom dentata.
Right?
Ugh.
No good. No good.
So we gotta make sure people bully the movie studios into fixing Mario's ass. Speaking of fixing things, I know you're not a fan of hot sauce, Patrick.
Nope.
So strong ketchup it'll knock you on your ass.
True.
Are you
getting better?
Are you familiar with the brand Texas Pete?
Mm-mm.
So there's a brand of hot sauce called Texas Pete hot sauce. By the name, you figure you're like, oh, it's Texas hot sauce. Because a Los Angeles man bought it thinking that he was supporting the good state of Texas.
Nope.
As it turns out, this bullshit is made in North Carolina. Come on and raise up.
First Mario's ass, now the sauce.
So naturally, what would you do when you buy some hot sauce thinking it's from Texas, but it's actually from North Carolina? Come on and raise up.
I yell, New York City.
I was gonna make that joke later. No, he's suing them. He said, "You liars! This ain't Texas."
It's probably on the wrapper somewhere.
Sure, but you know what's bigger in front and center on the label? It's Texas Pete, not North Carolina Pete. Texas Pete. So you son of a bitch, you fucking lied to me about your sauce. I reckon to get you.
I'll tell you what I'm doing this weekend. I'm doing ribeyes marinated and rubbed with fucking Wagyu tallow.
Interesting.
Yeah. I saw it online.
Why would you have...
What?
If they get the tallow, wouldn't that fucking ruin the meat?
No, I think it's the rendered, like when you cook it.
Oh,
they capture the render and they keep it. And then
the whole point of the Wagyu is that the fat is marbled throughout.
Right.
But someone just going like, okay, is it a piece?
But as it melts and it renders, then they take it and they put it into a thing. I'm gonna try it with the ribeyes to see how it works, and then if it works really good, I'm doing a whole brisket.
That'd be a thing.
Yeah,
I have to come over and steal it.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be something. Anyway.
Yeah, this
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, Patrick, do you know why Texas Pete is called Texas Pete?
No.
They say on their history page, according to Texas Pete, Sam Garner and his sons, Thad, Ralph, and Harold, were trying to come up with a name for their hot sauce when they turned to their marketing advisor. The advisor recommended a name to show about the picante flavor, reminiscent of the favorite food of their neighbors to the south. Do you know the name that they recommended? This is a marketing advisor, person whose job it is to come up with good names for things and advertise it well.
No.
Mexican Joe.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's got to have an American name.
That's no good.
So why don't we just go right across the border and we're Texas? And then, his son Harold, his nickname is Pete. So there's Texas Pete.
Yeah, it's right.
It's not Mexican Joe.
It's Texas Pete.
I bet if it was Mexican Joe hot sauce, you'd buy it.
Right.
You
But
just
it's from
have
North Carolina.
come on and raise up.
Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of other people lying, you are familiar with like various panhandlers and beggars and like all
Mhm.
like some scams that people run.
Oh yeah.
You get people jumping out of a BMW. Like
I know it firsthand.
I saw someone jump out of the passenger side of what was it? It was a Mercedes. Someone jumped out of the passenger side of a Mercedes with a coffee, like fresh coffee, went over to the median to go start begging, and then their wife, girlfriend, whatever, tries to hand them a sign out the window, and he just goes, "No, go." So he's just standing there, like you're jumping out of of a car
Yeah.
that costs more than most people make in like 3 years.
There was a guy on so I lived at like 70th and Broadway, and then my school was about 2 blocks down. And so we would go to like their jewel was called like essentially or like was like called the Food Emporium.
This
And
is
so
in
we'd
New
go,
York.
this is in New York. So
Okay.
we'd get like a donut, something to drink, and then we'd walk out. And there was always a guy there with a sign, and a dog, and he sits there and he asks for money throughout the whole thing. And he used to say like terrible things to women as they'd walk by.
Oh,
It's like, it's my
cool.
birthday, you sexy bitch, and everything like that. And just really, really, and like once or twice I would like, and then one day I saw him literally throw bagels at somebody. They gave him bagels and he threw them at her because he didn't want bagels, he wanted money. So I went and bought the dog like dog biscuits. And he's like, what about me?
Dog bagels.
I'm like, what about me? I go, well, dog looks hungry, you know. But so I was watching him for a character study. And
You were
so it was like,
spying on him.
well, it's character study. So I'm just kind of watching, hanging out, you know, looking at a newspaper, reading, and like watching the
You were
different
doing the
things.
newspaper bit. All right.
So I'm sitting there, and so finally, at the end of rush hour, everybody's like the streets get kind of quiet, and he gets up and he goes away, and I'm like, I wonder where he goes. So I'm like, I'm gonna kind of like, you know,
Fold the newspaper up, put it under your arm, and just start walking.
not following you. Yeah, but yeah, he got into a BMW and drove away. I was like,
Yeah.
you motherfucker. Like, he's there every day.
So this story is out of Portage, Michigan, where the news crew went to investigate because someone called in a tip to them. This guy was just standing outside of the store saying, "Dad with 3 kids, please help for food and rent." He's got a violin and a little speaker, and he's over there. He's just playing, trying to like earn some money. When the news crew walked up to him, a woman that was sitting beside him was just like, "Oh no, he doesn't speak English." He's just kind of standing there, like kind of shocked on what to do. And then you hear the violin start playing. This motherfucker was miming, playing a violin onto a track. And it's like, you
See, for a minute, I was going to say, I mean, he's playing an instrument. I don't care. But he
no,
was not.
he was not. So now this is an elaborate scam. You got to bring an outdoor speaker. You got to bring a speaker, like an amp. You got to bring a violin, which aren't cheap. All this to pretend to be playing it. When if you just stand outside with a sign going, "I'm hungry," some people might help you out. But this, a fake fucking violin player.
I used to go, if I went the whole day in New York or walk around, if I went the whole day when nobody would ask me money, if I went by the end of the day, somebody like close to home was sitting there, I'd be like, all right, here's $1 or whatever I change I had in my pocket or something like that, and
Yeah.
everything. And then like one day I went to go give money to somebody and their cell phone rang. And I'm like, bitch, I don't even have a cell phone. Like, this is like 2000.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I didn't even have a
I
cell
was saying
phone.
because
I was
people
like,
nowadays have cell phone. Like, yeah, you can still have a cell phone and be
right,
homeless.
right. But this was like 2000. Like, no.
Oof. Yeah. So it's just apparently it's it's gotten bad enough with people fake playing violins that they had to issue like statements saying, "Hey, this is a well-known scam in the area," and it's going across. People like police in Maryland are going, "Oh yeah, we got fake violin players here too." When did everyone just decide let's get some fake violin action going on?
Yeah, because the Bluetooth speaker, I tell you.
I don't, but like of all things, like a fake violin, everyone just
Right?
decided the fake violin, that's the way to go.
Because it's most impressive, I think.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't. It'll be dark
Yeah.
and it'll be cold.
Yeah.
No,
It's a new day. Patrick, I didn't even start
it
the
won't be.
episode.
It'll be night because the sun will be gone.
I'm like, with the sun's gone, then I don't have
It's
to
a
wear
new
these bad
night.
boys.
Good. You know what? Get rid of it.
No.
Change my mind. Blow it up.
Ray of light from the sun not getting blown out of it.
Yay.
72-year-old woman from Perth, Scotland, Joy Milne. She has this incredibly rare gift that she is using now for the betterment of the entire world.
Yay.
She has a hypersensitive sense of smell. And one of the things that she learned that she could smell was Parkinson's.
It's like those dogs that smell when your
She-
blood sugar is low or something.
She could smell when a person was going to have Parkinson's disease. Like they even did like the test on her to see like if it was real. Like they asked her to smell t-shirts worn by people who had Parkinson's and those who did not.
That's crazy.
She correctly identified the t-shirts of everyone that had Parkinson's, and also she identified one person who didn't. And they're like, "Oh, well, she got them all right except for one." 8 months later, that person was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Like she fucking caught it before anything when the doctors could figure it out. She noticed that her late husband Les developed a different odor when he was 33, which was 12 years before he got diagnosed.
Well, my dad was actually just recently diagnosed with a mild case of Parkinson's. So that's very interesting.
So they don't have a way of really detecting it
Right.
outside of like symptoms showing up.
Well, a lot of it's the tremor and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I've got a small shake and everything. The minute I heard that, I was like, huh, you know.
Yeah.
So I called my doctor, and so I made I think my doctor's appointment's in like, I think it's like in November, and the doctor didn't seem so. She said, "There's a doctor I want you to see," but she's like, "I'm looking at the appointments. You probably can't get in there until late November." I'm like, "Should I go earlier?" And she's like, "No, that's how you know. I don't think it's serious." She's like, you can wait until then." And I was like, "All right, I don't know."
All right, I'll just freak out every night until then. Thank you.
Right. I've always had a small shake. A lot of it was because I quit drinking caffeine. You know, so I always thought like there's a good amount of withdrawal from that. But after a while it just goes away. But I don't know.
So now academics at the University of Manchester made a breakthrough by they figured out like with her sense of smell, there's ways of like trying to topically discover Parkinson's. And they figured out at the University of Manchester that a test can be done by using a simple cotton bud run along the back of of a person's neck. Because by doing that, they can identify molecules linked to the disease. And it's something that only appears in people that have Parkinson's. So it's a very unique marker.
Right.
And they've been having successful testing in a laboratory. So now they're working on doing it outside of which, like doing it in hospitals and things to try to figure out if it is a more accurate test. Because it's one of those diseases where there's no cure for it. Up until this moment, there's really no
Right.
full-on testing for it like in
Right.
advance. Like it's just a matter of once you start exhibiting effects of it, that's how they're like, oh, that you got
That's how they know.
Parkinson's. But with this, you can figure it out in advance and try to get in front of it, start taking better care of yourself, any kind of
Right.
any kind of care that they can go into helping a person. So it's like with ALS that we were talking about last week. It's 2 weeks in a row we're talking about medical breakthroughs, but honestly,
Right.
this shit's fascinating as hell. Like, they're figuring out ways that, like, things that are destroying people's lives and killing them, and you're like, actually, we kind of figured out. We can kind of jump in front of this thing and pump the brakes.
Well, just think if we spent more money on, medical research than, stupid shit that blows shit up, we'd probably be a better place too.
Oh, there you go. Thinking about everyone else, Patrick. I told you.
Now.
We're going to blow up the sun.
No, don't do it.
No, but that's
crazy.
Get people into the right treatment and get drugs to, like, alleviate their symptoms earlier, a longer quality of life.
Yeah.
So I think it's fantastic.
That's fantastic. Anyway, so that's going to do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
Oh, look at that screen. It's amazing. I can't believe we never had this before. You can find us individually. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Hungry as a Bear. Patrick on Instagram, PNewsom42, or Twitter,
That's
Patrick Newsom42.
That's also me.
You find everything on stupidstuckandstupid.com. We want to find the video version of the podcast on YouTube and Facebook. We broadcast live at 4 p.m. Central every Thursday. You can go back and watch the old episodes.
Yep.
Audio version anywhere you get your podcasts. So
if you're having a bad day, watch the one with the panda, those shorts. There's such a pain in the ass to make, from what I remember. But at the same time, I'll watch the panda one every now and again. It makes me laugh.
See, I really love the Segway one.
Yeah, Segway. Jesus,
it's a professional Segway.
It's a ITT Technical Institute. But yeah, it's good. And you can find all the other shit that we do on dvmpe.com.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to do it for this week. For Stupid, Shocking, Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
We'll talk to you later. So like if we had a baby.